actually didn't take the asset. Honestly, girl, no one cares. These are like my two, like, the mean girl clique. You're gonna fall behind. Unheard of in Ateneo. I know I literally just wore this shirt 2 videos ago, but I needed to wear something blue because represent. Hey girl, it's Raya Maurelle, and girl, for today's video, I will be answering assumptions about Ateneans and Ateneo alone. I was supposed to film this video with a friend, but girl, the past 2 weeks have just been pretty hectic. There's always either a test or a presentation or a paper or a video due. So unfortunately, we just didn't have the luxury of time to film a whole video. So yeah, you're just getting me for this video. And I was seriously contemplating if I should even do this video because it's just gonna be me, and I feel like it's so kind of off to answer assumptions about an entire school. But I figured whatever, might as well do it because I haven't posted a video in I think a month and I need content. So we're gonna do this. Having that said, I do want to preface this video by saying that I am in no way generalizing, and everything that I am about to say, they're all from my experience, my opinion, my perspective. So let's get started. So I asked you guys over on my Instagram. That was a game I was just playing. Crazy cooking. Yeah, that was Also, if you're wondering what is going on with my hair, girl, I don't know either, okay? I was just too lazy to do it, so this is what you get. So, as always, I'm gonna start with the most common one, which honestly I expected. It's all about being rich. Rich kids, sobrang yaman, pang rich kid lang. Basta, it's a lot of that. I did expect that because that's a common image, I guess, of Ateneans. There's a sense of prestige that comes with the image of Ateneo. So I guess that is semi-true. Yes, there are a lot of rich people, but I feel like that goes with any other college, whether it's Ateneo or LaSalle or UP. They're always gonna be rich students. It's not unique to Ateneo. If you're asking if majority of the students are rich, I think I would have to say no. I mean, based on what I think, which isn't really backed up with any facts or statistics, I think that majority of the Atenean population is probably in the middle class. Also, Ateneo does offer a lot of financial aid and scholarships, which is a very, very amazing thing. I know that a pretty significant percent of the Atenean population are receivers of financial aid or scholarships. Honestly, for me, I don't think Ateneo is a school for the mayaman. I think Ateneo is really diverse when it comes to socioeconomic class, which is a great thing. Yeah, that's it. High-end products only thinking exists. Not at all. Definitely 100% false. Based on my experience and my observations, people don't care about brands. We actually have this page. It's called Freedom Wall, and basically you can post whatever you want, whether they be questions, commentary, weird, gross statuses, and it's anonymous. There was this one time I saw a lot of posts from incoming freshmen about what to wear and what brand of bag Ateneans use, what brand of shoes and clothes. Honestly, girl, no one cares. Like, literally no one cares about what brand you're sporting, which is a great thing, obviously. I know I'm like, no one cares, but it's a good thing that no one cares. This is the second most common one. Englishera. Everyone is fluent in English, even staffs and faculties. English only, please. That's from Dar, my blockmate. Hi, Dar. I'd have to say, I guess it's kind of true. In a classroom setting, the predominant language spoken is English. It really depends on the people you're with. I think it just so happens that the people that I'm with, like my block, we just speak English, but it definitely varies a lot. It varies even more in the smaller groups, so like your smaller friend group. For my friend group, again, we just speak English, but not every group does, not everyone does. Some groups speak Filipino, some groups speak Bisaya, or whatever other dialect, so it's not just English. And then another common ones. The third common one is all about being conyo. And if you don't know, conyo is when you use English and Filipino. So it's like parang like, fetch me na. Is that right? Basically like that kind of stuff. And I do have to say, it's not as common as I thought it was, because when people heard that I was going to go to Ateneo, they'd always be like, oh, you're gonna be such a conyo, everyone's like a conyo there. But it's actually not the case. I find that it's more common for students to either speak straight English or straight Filipino rather than mix the two. At least for me, at least with the people that I talk to regularly and hear speaking regularly, conyo is not as common. In my block even, like there are like more or less 30 of us, maybe only like 2 people speak conyo. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you're conyo, if you speak straight English or straight Filipino. Ateneans do like hanging out at Regis. Yes, that is true. Ateneans do like hanging out at Regis. I'm just gonna insert a picture here somewhere. It's a building filled with restaurants. So you have like you don't have Starbucks. You have Coffee Bean, Coco, Bonchon, you have a food court. It's basically just filled with food. Also, it was so funny. I'm just gonna share. But was the last semester or this semester? Early this semester, we had a scheduled drill. 1 to 4 p.m. we do like an earthquake drill, fire drill, all the drills you can think of. And most Ateneans were like, nope. It was so funny because from literally like 12 to, I'm gonna say 12:40, you can just see flocks of Ateneans just like running towards Regis. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them, but when we got to Regis, literally filled with Ateneans. It was a very like uniting moment. Balance ang akad and social life. So again, I can't really answer this because I'm not really very aware of everyone else's social life. So I'm just gonna answer this based on mine. So if you know me, you'll know that I am someone who just doesn't like going out. If I go out, it's for a special occasion, like if it's someone's birthday or if it's like a significant event, you know, or if like I haven't seen someone in a while. But I'm just not someone who likes to go out like every week and go like party, especially partying. I'm just like not that person. The only time I really hang out with people is when I'm in school. Yeah, and out of that, I'm like, girl, I need my own time. Social life is not a big priority of mine. Like I don't allocate time outside school, like, you know, at night or during the weekends to hang out with other people, as sad as that sounds. You know that like triangle thing that's on Facebook and it's like you can only pick 2 and it's like sleep, social life, academics. For me, it's sleep, academics. If that's balanced to you, then it's balanced. V smart. Just kidding. Or is really good when it comes to time pressure. Yes, I feel like people are smart. Everyone is smart in their own way, regardless of whether you're from Ateneo or not. And good when it comes to time pressure. Again, I don't think this is unique to Ateneo. I feel like if you're in college, whatever college that may be, if you weren't good at time pressure in high school, you will have to adapt to be good at time pressure. So to answer the assumption, yes, I feel like in Ateneo, yes, people are smart, and yes, they are good when it comes to time pressure, because if not, you're gonna fall behind. Proud kay Dr. Jose Rizal and then Rizalista. I said that so weird, I was like, Rizalista. This is so interesting because our last topic in history, because the class I'm taking now is Rizal History, which is the class that everyone's obliged to take because of the law. So yeah, I am taking that this semester, and our last topic was actually about Rizal and his contribution to the Philippine Revolution. Our last 2 papers were actually about that, discussing the debate on whether Rizal was a reformer or a revolutionary and if he did support the Philippine Revolution. Because honestly, before this class, I did not know anything about Rizal. Like all I knew was that he was a national hero and he wrote books. That's all I knew. But after this class, especially in the last 2 readings that we had, I was really like, whoa, there's so many interesting things because there's so many like contradicting accounts of whether he was for or against the Philippine Revolution. Both sides presented very compelling arguments, but regardless, I don't really have a strong inkling towards either side. Kind of just like interesting historical figure. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a Rizalista. Next, Mean Girls, question mark, question mark. I personally have not experienced any Mean Girls, but if you're also referring to Mean Girls as in like a Mean Girl clique, also no, which is good. When it comes to cliques, they're definitely less apparent, and if they are there, they don't affect you, because back in high school, for example, in ISM, it was very cliquey, I will admit that, especially because there are only like less than 200 of us, so it's very obvious to see the groupings, and everyone has like their own spot in the cafeteria, and that's like one clique and another clique. And yes, in college, you will still have those small groups of friends, but it's less apparent because you don't see everyone, you know? Like, for example, in our batch in Ateneo, I feel like we're more or less 2,500 500, 200. So you don't see everyone all the time. You probably only see like 10% of your batch or even less than that, compared to high school where literally every single break is the same. So every single lunch you see everyone in their own little clique, which is why it's so easy to brand groups and be like, yeah, they're like the sporty ones, they're the popular ones, they're the party ones, you know? But in college, like, it's so hard because not everyone hangs out in the same place, not everyone has the same breaks. So even if there are cliques, like the mean girl cliques or whatever, you're not gonna notice them and they're not gonna affect your day-to-day life. So yeah, I'd say no to mean girl cliques and mean girl individuals. Yeah, it's a lot of talking. Okay, JSEC has the best food. So JSEC, it's another like cafeteria in Ateneo, but all of the stalls are student run. I personally don't hang out there a lot because one, it's inconvenient because my classes are really far from JSEC. Majority of the students who hang out in JSEC are SOM majors, School of Management, because it's right next to their building. But since I am a SOS major, School of Social Sciences, it's more convenient for me to go to Gonzaga. And two, I just don't really like the vibe there. It's very stuffy, it's very dark, and it's just filled with people. So having that said, I haven't tried a lot of their food. That's not a very accurate statement. I've only tried one stall out of probably 20 stalls there, but I love that stall. It's a sandwich stall. Big surprise, I like sandwiches. I think it's called Big Apple Deli Sandwiches. I'm not exactly sure, but I literally go to JSEC just for that stall, just because I really love their sandwiches. So if I'm judging JSEC based on that one stall, then yes, I think JSEC has very good food. But again, I haven't tried anything else because I don't really hang out there a lot. This is so funny. All students wear AirPods around the campus. So I find this funny because in my Ateneo vlog, there was a comment and it was like, everyone's wearing AirPods. And I was like, what, really? And when I counted, there were only like 3 people. So no, not everyone wears AirPods. So don't feel pressured to have AirPods if you're at Ateneo, because majority don't. Welcoming place. Yes, I actually think Ateneo is a very welcoming place. If you're an incoming freshman, you will experience ORSEM, which stands for... okay, I don't know what it stands for, but ORSEM is basically an entire 2 days where you are just welcomed into Ateneo, and it's so fun, and the energy is just so incredibly great and high, and the spirits are just so positive, and it's just a really great day. There are these people called TNTs and sec mobs, and basically they're volunteer upperclassmen who just want to welcome you to Ateneo, and they're very energetic, and they're so fun, and it's just a great day, and you will really feel the love. Okay, next, difficult to pass the asset. I wanted to bring this up because I did talk about this in my Instagram story, but to some of you who have not seen that, ever since I posted my Ateneo vlog, I've been getting a lot of DMs and emails requesting that I make like an asset tips sort of video. Unfortunately, I can't make that because I actually didn't take the asset, which I know is very strange to a lot of people because I think most people think that there's only one way to get into Ateneo, and that is to take the asset and to pass it. But there are actually 3 ways that you can get into Ateneo. The first, of course, is the asset, and then the other 2 options are for international students, either if you live abroad or if you studied in an international school here in the Philippines. You can either submit your SAT scores. I believe they have a quota, but I don't know exactly what the quota is, but I didn't take the SAT because I took the ACT. The second way is to submit your IB scores, and the IB is a high school curriculum for 11th and 12th grade, the International Baccalaureate. There is a quota, I believe it was 23 out of 45, and that's what I did. That's how I got in. So that is why I can't make an asset tips, because I did not take the asset. Ateneo is strict when it comes to rules. I don't really know what rules there are. Okay, I will say that Ateneo is very strict when it comes to IDs and when it comes to dropping off. These are like my 2 like if you are not wearing your ID, the guards will like get you, take your ID number, and you're gonna get a hold order. So always wear your ID. You're also very strict about like dropping off. I learned to stop complaining and just roll with it, you know. But there are only 4 spots on campus that you can be dropped off, and you can't just like stop wherever, even though it's like closer to your class, even if there's no other car behind you. But you know what? Rules are there for a reason. Yeah, I just stopped complaining. But yeah, they're only strict when it comes to that. But for other more pressing issues, I believe they're not as strict, just based on my observation. Ateneo has nice dorms. I think Ateneo has 3 different dorm buildings on campus, or maybe 2. I've been to one, and they're like okay, like they're not super nice, but they're not like super ugly. But they are building a new dorm. They have been building it for quite a while. I think it should be open by this coming school year, and it is beautiful. Well, I haven't seen it, but like they have their promotional banners around campus, and it's so nice. They look like hotels. Okay, next. I thought 99% of Ateneans are really from Manila, but girl, I was wrong. Yes, from what I can gather, definitely not everyone is from Manila. There are a lot of people from the provinces, which is great because again, it brings diversity, and who doesn't love diversity? Has a big budget for food because the foods are a bit pricey. So again, I don't really know what anyone's budget is, but based on the prices, I can comment on that. So I didn't realize how overpriced the food in Ateneo is until I watched this vlog of this UP student, and she like bought food and it was like less than 50 pesos for like rice and like ulam, which is unheard of in Ateneo. In Ateneo, I think the cheapest thing you can get is probably like dirty ice cream for like 20 pesos, and like the coffee vending machine, which is also like 20 pesos. But other than that, for like actual food, they are more than 100 pesos. For example, the sandwich that I get, because I really only eat sandwiches in Ateneo, is 120 pesos. Has complete facilities, though some are not that new. For complete facilities, I'm not really sure what facilities you're referring to, but we do have a computer lab and a science lab, and that's really only the type of facilities I can think of. And yes, they're definitely not new, but yeah, they do have complete facilities though, at least.